Vani Prajarane Nivishesha Shunyavadi Paschachade Shatarane He Guru Jnana Dadina Bandho Sananda Data Kuranaika Sindho Vrindavana Sina Hitavatara Prasida Radha Pranaya Prachara Vande Nanta Adbhutashayam Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhum Nichopi Yat Prasadat Sad Bhakti Shastra Favartaka Nityananda Maham Nomi Sarvananda Karam Param Harinam Padam Devam Abadu Shirominim Ananda Lila Maya Vigrahaya Hema Badibhyat Chabi Sundaraya Tasmai Mahaprema Rasapradaya Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Sansara Dukkha Jalado Patitasya Kama Krodadinakramakare Kavali Katasya Devasana Nigaditasya Nirashayasya Chaitanya Chandra Mama Dehi Padabalambam Chaitanya Chandra Mama Dehi Padabalambam Nitya Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Vancha Kopatu Bhishta Kripa Sindhu Vyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. So good morning all devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I've been asked to speak Gaur Katha today. So in that regard, we'll review the beautiful bhajan of Srila Lochan Das Thakur, very favorite song of Srila Prabhupada, and also speak some Gaur Leela, because we should understand things side by side, not just Leela, because if we simply go to Leela without Tattva and the feeling and realization of great devotees of the Lord, we may tend to think these stories are all illusory, they're fairy tales, they have no substance. So we go to Tattva first. Lochandas Thakur sang, Parama Kuruna Pahudi Jana Nitai Gaura Chandra Saba Avatar Sar Shiramani Kevala Ananda Kanda. He said, of all avatars, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is topmost. He's Parama Kuruna. Why is he topmost? Because he's most merciful. He gave what no other avatar gave. Anarpita chirim chirad karunaya bhatirna kalo samarpayitum unato jalarasam sabhakti shayam hari purita sundara jyuti kadamba sandipita sada hridaya kandare spiritiva sachinandanan. Srila Rupa Goswami makes this prayer, giving the blessing that may that Lord who's assumed the form and luster and beauty and mercy of Srimati Radharani be evermost situated in the innermost chambers of your heart. He has given what no other avatar has given. He's distributing wholesale his own Swabhakti Shriyam, his own ecstatic emotional outpouring of love of God, and he's distributing it wholesale. Come and take it. So Parama Karuna, he's topmost merciful personality, topmost avatar. Although technically Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not avatar at all, he is directly the Supreme Personality of God, Bhagavan Surup, the original form of the Personality of God. He's Krishna. But why has he come to this world? For two reasons. He came to distribute the holy name. He traveled all over South India preaching the glories of the holy name, converting Sarvabhauma, Prakashananda Saraswati. They're all their followers. We should take note in our preaching activities also. Because when the head person becomes a devotee, all their followers also become devotees. So we should learn to preach to the class and the masses will follow. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, first order of business was to preach the holy name and to participate, to preach Harinam Sankirtan, Yoga Dharma, Jagya Sankirtana prayer, Yajanti Samedasa, to preach Yoga Dharma and to participate in Yoga Dharma Harinam Sankirtan. It's so important that Lord himself comes to not only participate in it, but to preach it all over the world. So his second reason, internal reason, is described in the introduction to Chaitanya Charitamrita, Shri Radhaya Mahima Kiddushovanayiva Sadyo Yedadbhuta Madhurima Kiddushovamadiya Sokyam Chasyam Anunubhavata Kiddisham Veti Lobat Tad Bhavaja Samajani Sachigarva Sindhu Harindu. That he appeared as the moon appears from the ocean. He appeared from the womb of Sachimata, just like the moon appears from the ocean. The moon doesn't appear from the ocean. It appears to appear from the moon, from the ocean. As it rises, moonrise comes up, it looks like it's being born from the ocean. So apparently, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born from the womb of Sachimata. But he's not born. Ajopi sanabhyayatma bhutanam ishwaropa. He's Supreme Ishwar. He's not. He's unborn. But he comes to this world for his own purpose also, not just to preach Krishna consciousness, but to taste his own sweetness. Because sugar can't taste itself. Sugar has to have a taster. There's the sweetness and the person who perceives the sweetness. So Krishna can't taste his own sweetness, so he comes in his own form as Krishna with the bhava of Srimati Radharani. To taste what is the sweetness of my love, what is the experience of Srimati Radharani's, what is her experience of that love, and what is it about me that is so attractive to Srimati Radharani that drives her wild. So Krishna came in that way to understand the internal, his own personal, internal reasons for coming. Two reasons. But he's Parama Karuna, because he's distributed the holy name of the Lord, which is the only means of deliverance in this age of Kali. It's the ripened fruit of the entire tree of Vedic wisdom. Shastra says, Madhura Madhura Metan Mangalam Mangalanam Sakala Nigamavali Satpalam Chit Sarupam Sakritapi Parigita Shraddhaya Helayaba Brigavaranara Matram Tarayat Krishna Nama. That the chanting of the holy name is the conclusion, it's the essence, it's the fruit of the entire tree of Vedic wisdom. It is not part of this world. Benatam Nama Namino, it is Krishna himself. And it is liberating even Helanam, even if one chants the holy name inattentively, still one can become liberated. The holy name is so powerful. So, Parama Karuna, he's giving topmost way to become not only liberated from this material world, because what is the fruit of chanting Hare Krishna? Liberation? Liberation is nothing. It's nothing. Liberation, the demons get liberation. Sishupal, Dantavakra, Kansa, Chanura, Mushtika, they all get liberation because they're killed by Krishna. The enemies of Krishna get liberation. So what is in store for the devotees, we can't imagine. So the liberation of devotees as we enter into Goloka. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving that unatojala rasam, that topmost intimate relationship with Krishna, and he's distributing it wholesale. How? Golokera premadana harinama sankirtana. Goloka prem, the experience of love of God, that is the hallmark in the life of the Goloka Vasis, the residents of Goloka Dham. That comes to this world. How? As Harinam Sankirtan. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to distribute it all over the world. Therefore, Parama Karuna. Nitai Gaur Sabha Avatar Sar Shiromani. Therefore, the essence, the topmost, the essence, the cream. Sar means cream. The essence of all avatars. Matsya Kurma, Varaha, Nishinga, Ram, Parashuram, Buddha, Kalki. They all came, they gave liberation. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave so much more. Even more than Krishna. Prabhupada explained that Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita, but he didn't give the means. He said, he said, surrender to me. Give up everything, surrender to me. But he didn't give the means by which we can surrender. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give that means. How to surrender? What is the process of surrender? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Just chanting holy name. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said that chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is bhakti. It is bhakti. It's perfectly bhakti. And Srila Prabhupada explained, just by sitting in front of a picture of Panchatattva and chanting Maha Mantra, one can get all spiritual perfection by this simple process. All spiritual perfection. Just chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. This is a gift of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, he's a Sar Siromani, he's a crest jewel, the essence of all avatars. So Lochan Das Thakur goes on to say, Bajo Bajo Bhai, Chaitanya Nitai, Sudhida Vishwasa Kore, Vishaya Chariya Se Rase Majiya Mukhe, Bolo Hari Hari. So he said, Bajo Bajo, he's appealing, he said, oh brothers, just worship these two brothers, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, Gaur Nitai. Just worship them. Sudhida Vishwas, with unbreakable faith. Don't think the result will not come. It will come. We have to have faith. If we don't, what is the result of that? Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita, Ashradadhana, 9th chapter. Ashradadhana Purusha Dharma Sasya Parantapa Aprapya Mam Nivartante Mrityu Sansara Vartmani. Those, he says, those who are faithless cannot achieve me. They return to this ocean of repeated birth and death. So material life is also a great teacher. We can have faith in Lord in Acharya, in Shastra, or we can put our faith in material, the empty promise of material happiness. We have to put our faith somewhere, and every day we perform acts of faith. When you get in your car and you turn it on, it can blow up. When you enter your home, there could be gas in the atmosphere. It could blow up. When you buy food in the grocery store, it could be poisoned. But we buy food in the grocery store, we turn on our car, we enter our home, we drive down the road and we assume that everyone's going to stay in their lane. Not in India, in America. Everyone will stay in their lane. We have faith in so many things. Why not place our faith, Srijada Vishwas, place our Vishwas, our faith, in Gaur Nitai. Don't doubt that they'll deliver you from this world by this simple process, because it's such a simple process. Prabhupada gave an example. In homeopathy, they give little sugar pills, and they think, no bitter medicine, no purgative, no fasting, no austerity, just some sugar pill. They can be very effective. So in this process is Kevala Ananda Kanda, an unalloyed path of spiritual happiness. And it's just chanting, dancing, and feasting. And we can hardly do that. Chanting the holy name with love and attention, especially in congregation with other devotees, which is even more powerful than japa. Eating sanctified foodstuffs, dancing in spiritual happiness in the association of devotees. This is Kevala Anandaka, the path of unalloyed happiness. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to distribute that. But he is asking one thing. Vishaya Chariya Se Rase Manjaya Mukhe Bolo Hari Hari. They give up sense gratification and fill your mouth with the holy names of the Lord. Sense gratification is our enemy in spiritual life. So one can't immediately renounce all kinds of sense gratification. We like to eat good food. We like to smell nice scents. We like to touch soft things. We like to hear nice music. We like to have our senses engaged. So how to engage senses? We don't advocate, Shastra doesn't advocate the abnegation of all sensual activity. Rather, sarvupadivina muktam tatparatvena nirmalam rishikena rishikesha sevanam bhaktir uchate. We serve the Lord with senses. We wear beautiful fragrant flower garlands offered to the Lord. We smell flowers and agarbati offered to the Lord. We eat delicious food. We sing, we dance, we engage our senses in service of the Lord. And in this way, the Lord is conquered. This is the first principle of bhakti. To become upadi shunya, free from all material designations. And it happens by using our senses in His service. So we don't say, Shastra doesn't say, just don't smell anything, don't eat anything, don't touch anything. This is Mayavad. They do this Kritstrena sadhana. You know, if they eat one rasgulla, it's a fall down for them. We'll eat as many rasgullas as we want. Eat as many. as many as you can digest, as many as your health will allow. This is bhakti, not mayavad, artificially replacing senses, but using senses in Krishna's service. And by that, our consciousness becomes purified. And when consciousness is purified, bhakti awakens in our heart, especially by the process of hearing. Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabunai Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte Koreya. That by hearing, Shravanadi, our consciousness, Shuddha Chitte, our chitta, our chaitana, our consciousness, our awareness, our whole perception of this world is purified. We see things differently by the process of hearing, engaging our sense of hearing in the Lord's service. So, Lord is, Lochan Das Thakur is saying, give up sense gratification. Vishaya, you want to hear something beautiful music? So many heart-melting bhajans. Listen to that. Some rock and roll, some head-banging music, some heavy metal, make you crazy. Listen to this song, this sound vibration, because it will touch your heart. So Vishayacharya, give up sense gratification, because that, according to Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, is a cause, the very cause of our suffering in this world. Yehi sansparsa jaboga dukkha yoneya evate ajantavanta kunteya nateshu ramate buddha. Krishna says that what is the source? Dukkha yoni. Where is the dukkha yoni? Where does suffering come from? From sansparsh bhoga, trying to enjoy our senses outside of the purview of Krishna bhakti. And it's adantavanta konte. It has its beginning and its end. It's frustrating. We want to enjoy perpetually. But and sense gratification, if it's our standard of happiness, has to be frustrating because it has its beginning and its end. Nateshu ramate buddha. Intelligent person doesn't take his pleasure there. So Lochan Das Thakur is saying, give up sense gratification and fill your mouth with the holy name. Mukhe bolo hari hari. Chant the Lord's name. Be happy. This is the prescription of all Shastra, the prescription of all Vaishnavacharyas, and we simply have to follow to get the result. Such a simple thing. Deko ori, next verse is, Deko ori bhai, tribhuvane nai, amana doyala data, pashupaki jure pashana vidare, shuni jar gunagata. He says, if you search the entire three worlds, you'll not find anyone, nobody, like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, Gaur Nitai, Nitai Gaur, who simply want to give mercy, want to give you liberation, want to deliver you to the highest eternal perfection of returning to the kingdom of God. Who can be more merciful than that? And even birds and beasts shed tears and stone melts, hearing of the mercy of Nitai Gaur. So we should count ourselves so fortunate to have come in contact with Nitai Gaur and their amazing process of Krishna Bhakti. Just singing, dancing, chanting, hearing some Shastra, hearing Kirtan, absorbing our hearing process and transcendence. Such an easy process. So this is the Kevala Ananda Kanda, the unalloyed process of spiritual happiness given to us out of the unlimited mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is liberating even the Jagai and Madhais of this world, the most sinful persons. Jagai Madhai, everyone knows the story, but I heard one interesting anecdote, an additional bit of information. That Jagai, there was an old blind man going to the Ghat for bathing, led to the Ghat by his young, beautiful daughter. What did Jagai Madhai do? They raped the girl, they killed her, and they killed the father. This is the kind of person, Jagai Madhai. What sin they didn't commit, that they are absolved of all sinful activity by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who can imagine such mercy? From destination of unlimited suffering in hell for unlimited number of lifetimes, to achieving the highest destination available to human society, going back to Godhead, from black to white, from ignorance to truth, from immense suffering to unlimited eternal happiness. This is the mercy of Gaur Nitai. So birds and beasts cry and stone melts hearing of the mercy of Nitai Gaur. Then Lochan Das Thakur says, Sansare Majia, Sansare Majia, Sansare Majia. I can't remember the verse. Anyway, he's saying that I've been cursed by Yamaraj. I'm suffering because of because I have no attraction for the Sankirtan mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Certainly I've been cursed by Chaitanya. And this is the mood of Vaishnavacharya. They don't say, I'm Lochandas Thakur, I'm eternal associate of the Lord. I understand my Swarup, my eternal relationship with the God. I'm a liberated soul. I'm a Paramahansa. No, they're saying, I'm being punished by Yamaraj. Sansare Majia Rohili Pariya Sepade Nahilo Asha Apana Karama Bunje Samana Kahoye Lochana Dasa. So he's saying, so says Lochandas Thakur, I'm so unfortunate that I have no taste for the Sankirtan mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So how do we get taste? That's our condition. Do we spontaneously jump out of bed? Another day of chanting, another day of controlling my senses, another day Mangal Arti Ki Jai. Have we come to that stage of spontaneity? Probably, I haven't. I can't speak for any of you. But this is a rare thing, to be spontaneously attracted, to have true ruchi, taste for the process of Krishna. But how will it come? By practicing. If we continue the process, this is our future. Evam brata sapriya nama kirtya das jata nurago chitta uchai hasyatya to roti gayati unmadava nityati loka bhaya. Bhagavatam says, as we make progress and become attached to our deity, gradually our heart melts in ecstasy. We experience ecstatic emotion. And we dance and abandon not caring. So absorbed in bhav that we dance and sing with abandon, not caring for the opinion of anyone who witnesses, from outsiders. This is our future by doing what we're doing. Bhava, ecstatic emotional outpouring of our heart, is available to us in this lifetime, just by doing what we're doing. So we should have faith. And if we examine the lives of great devotees, we can bolster that faith to see how the Lord dealt with his disciples, his followers, his beloved associates. So Shivas Thakur, I'm very, very fortunate, inconceivably fortunate to be sitting here in Mayapur, and 15-minute, 20-minute walk down the road is Shivas Angan, the home of Shivas Thakur. Shivas Thakur and all the associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would gather at Shivas Angan to do Harinam Sankirtan. The devotees would do Nagar Sankirtan. They'd get up in the morning, Uddilo Aruna Pura Babage, Dijamani Gora Amani Jage, Bhakata Samuhalaya Jate, Ge Gela Nagara Braje, Tatoy Tatoy Bajaloko, Gana Gana Tahe Jajeraro, Preme Dala Dala Sonara Anga Charaninu Pura Bhaje. Mahaprabhu, when the sun is coming up, he'd rise, and with all the devotees, Bhakata Samu, all the devotees go in Nagar Sankirtan throughout the villages. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is dancing and his body is trembling in ecstasy, experiencing bhava, chanting his own name. This is the mystery of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chanting his own name, he's in ecstasy. So he had his Nagar Sankirtan, but his Sankirtan at Srivas Angan was confidential. The door was locked, and there's a reason for that. Because Srivas Angan represents Rasastali. Rasastali is the Lord's confidential place where he performed Ras Leela with all his most intimate associates, the Brajagopis. So that place, Srivas Angan, represents Rasastali, and only most intimate associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were allowed entry. So there was one brahmachari, Said, I have to hear, I have to see the dancing of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I have to hear the kirtan of Mahaprabhu. And he begged Srivas Thakur. Srivas Thakur was very elderly. He came to this world before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he lived there with his brothers, Sripati, Sri Ram, Sri Nidhi, and their family. So he is begging they would participate in Harinam Sankirtan with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this brahmachari appealed to Srivas Thakur. I'm a Naishtiki brahmachari, Akhanda brahmachari. I don't know what is a woman. I've never touched a woman. And I only live by drinking milk. Please allow me entrance. I want to hear the chanting and kirtan and dancing, witness the dancing of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Srivas Thakur, he's very merciful Vaishnava. He said, okay, I'm not supposed to do this, but come inside, we'll hide you. So the brahmachari came inside. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began the kirtan. A few minutes into kirtan, he said, I'm not feeling ecstasy. Is there some outside person here? Is there some outside person? Srivas Thakur, is there some outside person? Srivas Thakur said, yes, Mahaprabhu, there's one person. But he's a brahmachari, a Khanda brahmachari. He only lives by drinking milk. He's very, very austere, very fixed in bhakti. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, throw him out. Am I purchased by this austerity? Is this the ticket for bhakti? Throw him out. So the brahmachari was thrown out. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chastised him. But because he took very, very humble position, he was also blessed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because being chastised, Mahaprabhu is a great blessing. We should all be so fortunate as to be chastised by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So many other leelas took place at this Shiva Sangan. One day, Srivas Thakur's son died. And the ladies, being naturally compassionate, naturally loving, and especially towards children, were very, very distraught. And they're crying and wailing. Their son has died. Srivas Thakur came back and said, no, stop this crying. You'll disturb the chanting, the kirtan and ecstasy of Mahaprabhu. Please, stop this. And he preached to them. Everyone has to die. This life is temporary. He tried to console them. And the kirtan went on. But in due course of time, Mahaprabhu said, is there some disaster that's come to this home? Some inauspicious thing? I'm feeling there's some inauspicious thing that has occurred. Srivas Thakur, what has happened? And Srivas Thakur admitted that actually, Mahaprabhu, my son has died. Your son has died. And you didn't reveal to me such an unhappy event? He said, yes, Mahaprabhu, I didn't want to disturb your ecstasy. I didn't want to interrupt your happiness. And Mahaprabhu began to cry. That you have such love for me, Srivas Thakur. You feel so much love for me that not wanting to disturb me in the slightest way. And as Mahaprabhu began to cry, Srivas Thakur began to cry. All the ladies began to cry. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu put his hand on the boy's chest, said, why have you left? And the boy came back. He came back to his body. And he spoke to all the assembled devotees. Said, I've left because I'm only destined to be in this body for so many days. My time is up, and by destiny, I must leave. And that is our life also. Very instructive Leela. How long can we stay in our body? Only as long as it's destined. People think that the medical profession also think we're saving lives. You're only prolonging by the grace of God. The physician is empowered by the Lord to prolong someone's life, but not more than is destined. We have so many heartbeats, we have so many breaths, and that day will come when our heart stops beating and we have to leave our body. This is destiny, and Prabhupada would say many times we cannot change it. Lord can change, but we cannot change our destiny. It's fixed. So the boy came back and said that this lifetime, and the same thing happened in Bhagavatam. Harshashok, he came back and they said, I'm your mother. Which mother? Which father are you? I've had thousands of mothers and thousands of fathers. Which one are you? So in the same way, we've had many mothers and many fathers, many births in this material world. But the devotees all became joyful when the son of Srivas Thakur spoke, because he said, this is my last birth, and I am on my way, to Golokadham. And they all became very, very joyful. So there's happy outcome to the story. In the same way as the brahmachari, Srivas Thakur's mother-in-law also begged, I want to come and participate. I want to hear the kirtan of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and see him dance. So they hid her in a basket. And same thing happened. Mahaprabhu began to dance. I'm not feeling ecstasy. Who is here? Oh, she's my mother-in-law. She just, no, get her out. Only most confidential servants of the Lord were permitted to participate in kirtan at Shiva Sangan. And this is also the place, because Shiva Sangan is also known as cold, cold Danga, cold something Danga. You remember? Shiva Sangan.
Yes, from Koldanga.
Yeah, cold, there's a third word, cold something, cold Banga Danga, where they broke the Mridanga drum. The Kazi forbade the devotees to do kirtan, and they criticized. The whole neighborhood became disturbed by Shiva Sangan, by Shiva's Thakur. Like this howling, oh, you're howling, you must be hungry, you're howling all night. They're doing kirtan. And the atheistic people were criticizing, you must be hungry, you're howling all day, all night, and day and night out of hunger. If you stop this, so the Kazi will become, and he'll destroy us all. So sure enough, Kazi became agitated. Said, you stop this kirtan. So they didn't stop, so he sent his soldiers, and they broke the mridanga. And at this place, if you look on the altar, the far right altar, with Panchatattva, you see broken mridanga. And when they were excavating to build this building, they found shards of broken clay mridanga, that this was the place where this event happened. So a very special place and special relationship Lord had with Shivas Thakur. Shivas Thakur was very busy in devotional life. And even though he had a big family, he didn't work. So Mahaprabhu asked him, how is it, Shivas, you're maintaining yourself? I see you have a big family, but you're not going to work. How do you maintain yourself? So Shivas Thakur said, 3 times. 3 times? What is that? He said 3 times. 1, 2, 3. If I don't get food within 3 claps, then I will simply drown myself in Ganga, because I'm completely dependent on the mercy of the Lord. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him that the goddess of fortune may have to go hungry, but you, my beloved devotee, will never go hungry. Had such an affectionate relationship with Shivas Thakur. So Shivas Thakur Ki Jai, he's Narada Muni in Krishna Lila, our Param Guru. Another great devotee, his name was Devananda Pandit. We can learn many lessons from his pastimes. In Krishna Lila, he's Bhagavati Muni. But he comes to this world as a great preacher of Srimad Bhagavatam. He would stay in Kulia. Kulia means what today's Navadvip. Navadvip pastimes happened in today's Mayapur, on the east bank of Ganga, not west bank of Ganga. West bank of Ganga, called Navadvip today, at the time of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, was called Kulia. So Devananda Pandit had his ashram in Kulia, and he was very popular speaker of Srimad Bhagavatam. But he would give impersonal interpretation to Srimad Bhagavatam. And it angered Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very greatly. He said, I'll take your Bhagavatam, this bogus man, I'll tear it to pieces. So he chastised Devananda Pandit, but the drama wasn't over. He was speaking Bhagavatam, and Shivas Thakur came, said, oh, Hari Katha, Bhagavat Katha. So he sat, and hearing the recitation of Bhagavatam, he became ecstatic, exhibiting Ashtasatvika Bhav. He's crying and rolling on the ground. And Devananda Pandit's disciples thought he's just creating disturbance. They picked him up and they threw him out in the street. So rudely, they ejected him from the temple. And Devananda Pandit sat and didn't do anything. So he became implicated in the offense, because offense of his disciples. We should take note that as disciples of our Guru, we can implicate our Guru in offense because the guru will be judged by the behavior of the disciples. So we should all be very careful to be first-class citizens and first-class examples of peacefulness, of charity, of cleanliness, compassion. We should show what it means to be a Vaishnava by our example. So these devotees throughout Srivas Thakur, Devananda Pandit was implicated, and when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to know of the situation, he heavily chastised Devananda Pandit that I'll tear your Bhagavatam. You don't understand one word of Srimad Bhagavatam because you've offended Srivas Thakur. So ultimately, Devananda Pandit was delivered by the association of some people. Some people say um,
Vokreshwar Pandit.
yes, Vakarish Pandit, but also I can't remember his name. Srimati Radharani's father in Gaur Leela.
Pundrik Vidyanidhi.
Who?
Pundrik Vidyanidhi, yeah. Correct.
Who is it? I can't hear you. I didn't hear you.
Pundrik Vidyanidhi.
Pondarik, yes, thank you. This is the effect of old age, Prabhu. This will happen to you too. So some people say Pundarik Vidyanidhi, some people say Vakrishar Pandit. But regardless, by the association of a Vaishnava, his relationship with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was reestablished by mercy. And this is very, very significant. How do we get Krishna's mercy? Only by association of Vaishnavas. By the mercy of Vaishnavas, we get Krishna. Krishna doesn't give himself directly. We get Krishna from Krishna's devotees. Krishna say Tomar, Krishna dite par, Tomara shakati ache. Amito kanga, Krishna Krishna boli dai tava pache pache. Bhaktivinoda Thakur prayed that Krishna is yours, and you have the power to give him to me. So what am I doing? In your association, I'm simply running after you, chanting Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. I'm hopeless case. I'm a fallen person. I'm simply running after you, chanting Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. So this is an example, a very good example of how to get Krishna, how we rectify our relationship with the Lord in the association of devotees, hearing from devotees. So Vakrishwar Pandit preached to Devananda Pandit, who is this person, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? And what is Bhagavatam? Bhagavatam means, idam Bhagavatam nama purana brahma sambhaditam uttama shloka charitam chakara bhagavan rishi nishaya saya lokasya dhanyam swasti namahat. That this Bhagavatam, this Purana Brahma Samhitam is directly the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Srila Prabhupada said that we can worship Srimad Bhagavatam with 16 upachars. Dupam, Deepam, Naivedyam, Tulsi. You can offer everything. It's done different from Krishna. It's Krishna, the Lord, in an avatar of paper and ink. It's a paper and ink avatar, like deity. Archa avatar, avatar of the Lord in brass, in stone, in wood. Lord is there. Lord is not stone. But of course, from another point of view, what isn't Krishna? Idam hi vishwam bhagavan vetara. Whole universe is Krishna. But he's personally present in the form of the deity. Pratima nahitumi sakshat brajendanandana. He's Krishna directly. In a way we can approach him. So this Bhagavatam, in the same way, avatar of the Lord, personally present in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. But how to understand? How to hear Srimad Bhagavatam? From devotee. And what does that mean in our ISKCON society? To hear from Srila Prabhupada. We understand, and his followers, who are repeating the instructions of Srila Prabhupada. This is parampara. How do we understand Shastra? From the presentation of Srila Prabhupada, because there's many different interpretations, bona fide interpretations. You study the commentaries of different acharyas. Sridhar Swami may differ from Sanatan. Sanatan may differ from Jiva. Jiva may differ from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. They have many different experiences and perceptions of Shastra, like a diamond. Diamond has 58 facets, and they all reflect light in a slightly different way. But our understanding of Shastra is how Srila Prabhupada presented to us. We're followers of Srila Prabhupada. That's what it means to be an ISKCON devotee. We follow Srila Prabhupada. So Bhakrishar Pandit gave mercy to Devananda Pandit, and he was reinstated in his relationship with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Very instructive Leela. Another devotee, his name was Vasudev. Vasudev was a Brahmin, but somehow or other, by the force of karma, some aparad afflicted him from his past life, because this is how we suffer and enjoy in this material. Tattenu kampam susamiksham bunjana evatmakritam vipakam. Evatmakritam means we have created our life. So he was born in a good family, mixed karma, but he had leprosy. And his body, because leprosy means your body rots. It simply rots away. So his body smelled very bad. No one wanted to be around him. And worms, because the flies will come and lay eggs in the sore, and they hatch, and the maggots were eating the dead flesh. And he was such compassionate Vaishnava that if imagine this, a maggot would fall out from one of the stores. Oh, he's not getting any food. And he put him back into the source so he can continue to eat. Such a Vaishnava. So when he heard that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is at the home of, okay, I'm forgetting again. Anyway, he was at one devotee's home. Said he ran there to get darshan of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and when he arrived, they said, oh, Mahaprabhu just left. And he was so overcome with grief, with shock, he simply fainted, feeling separation from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But feeling, as Mahaprabhu's Ishvara Sarvabhutam Hriddeshayar Janatishtiti Brahmayan Sarvabhutanam Yantam Ruddhanima, that he's the witness, Sarvasya Chaham Hridi, Sanivishta, he's a witness of, he's Paramatma, completely aware of the devotee's heart. So he came back, because this devotee was so overwhelmed with separation for Krishna. He came back. And this is the key for making progress in spiritual life. We can judge our progress in spiritual life by how much separation we feel from Krishna. But what is our lamentable condition? We feel happy in the material world. I've got money in the bank, I'm well fed, I'm healthy, people respect me, I have a nice home life, family life, everything's good. Where is feeling for Krishna? Where is separation from Krishna? Mahaprabhu said, if I was a devotee, I would die in separation from Krishna. So why we're not feeling separation from Krishna? Because we become overwhelmed by the bodily conception of life, by sense gratification, for desire for name, fame, profit, distinction, material happiness. Unless we get over that profound feeling, that most rare feeling of vipralamba bhav, feeling of separation from Krishna. Yugayutam nameshena chakshusha pravrishayutam shunyayutam jagat sarvam govinda virahena me. When will we feel govinda virahena? Separation from Krishna. When will that blessed day come? That we forget our material needs and just pray for that, when that bhavishyati, when will that day come? We should have the feeling, when will that day come? When I feel that emotional, the separation from Krishna. Even the gopis, they're the example of this. They cursed Lord Brahma. So what kind of creator are you? You created these eyelids, and when I blink, as I must, to moisten my eyeball, when I blink, for that a moment, my vision is separated from the vision, the beautiful smiling face of Krishna. So they criticize Lord Brahma. This is called Nameshina. Nameshina means a blink of an eye. So blink of an eye is intolerable for the devotee. When will that day come? Bhavishyati. Bhavishyati means in the future, which the implication of which is that it will come if we continue the process chalked out by our acharyas. That day will come when our heart melts in separation, because separation of Krishna is the highest thing, not sambhog, not meeting Krishna. But when will I feel love of God? When will I feel separation? Because that separation prepares our heart for meeting Krishna in Goloka. He's waiting for us. When will you come? What's wrong? When will you come? Are you done with material life? I'm waiting. When will you come? But we don't feel separation. So this devotee, Vasudeva, felt immense, so much separation, he simply faded. And Mahaprabhu's reciprocation was that he came and embraced him. Embraced his smelly body that's oozing pus and sore, just disgusting. And Mahaprabhu embraced him. All the disease went away, and his body became very, very beautiful. So Vasudeva said, now my body's become very beautiful. What will I do? I'll become overwhelmed by ahankar. Now I have a beautiful body. I'll simply want to enjoy life in the material world. Please protect me. What shall I do to protect myself from this illusion of bodily beauty? Mahaprabhu told him, you preach Krishna consciousness and chant the holy name. These two things. And this is our business also. In essence, this is what Prabhupada asked us to do. And he showed by his example. Preach Krishna consciousness and chant the holy name. And that will protect us from the influence of Maya. So one of Lord Chaitanya's name is Vasudeva Amrita Prada, the Lord who gave Amrit, nectar, to his devotee, Vasudeva. It's a very instructive story. One last story. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was staying in Gambhira the last few years of his manifest presence in Puri. He was in Puri for 18 years, staying in Gambhira, which is now run by Ramanandis, which is what it is. So anyway, he was manifesting ecstatic symptoms of separation from Krishna. And the devotees in attendance, Govinda and Swarup Damodar, were very concerned for his welfare. He was rubbing his face on the wall, injuring his face, chanting Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. Just merged in an ocean of separation. So they thought, better we keep him here. So they locked the door. They locked the next door. They locked 3 doors to keep Mahaprabhu in his room. Then they went to take rest. The next morning they went to find Mahaprabhu, and he's gone. Gone. Nothing can hold him down. No lock, no door, no concrete wall. Nothing can hold Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was gone. So all the devotees went looking, where is Mahaprabhu? Where is he gone? And they found him in Tailanga, a section of Puri, where there's a Goshala. And Mahaprabhu is there like a tortoise. His arms shrunk into his body. His legs shrunk into his body like Jagannath, and foaming at the mouth. How? Why? Why such an ecstatic emotion? Govinda Virahe Name, the separation from Govinda. So these leelas of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's separation from Krishna are the only way we can get to appreciate a tiny fragment of Srimati Radharani's separation, emotional attachment to Krishna. Another one more. Mahaprabhu thought the ocean was Jamuna. So and Krishna is having water pastimes with the gopis. Krishna was surrounded with the gopis, and they're having big water fights, splashing water in each other, enjoying life together, having a blissful time. Mahaprabhu entered that leela in his mind and heart. He entered that leela. But what is happening externally? He's floating in the Arabian Sea. And a fisherman happened to catch Mahaprabhu in his net. He thought, oh, today is my lucky day. I've caught a very big fish. But when he pulled it in, he saw the body of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The joints the joints separated by 8 inches. And thought, oh, dead body, my God, boot. But when he touched the body of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he thought, oh, now a ghost has entered my body. He became mad. Ashta Sattvika Bhav. And he's chanting, Hari, 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 Hari. And the devotees saw him running down the beach. Ah, Mahaprabhu must be nearby. This is what's going on. So they found him lying on the beach, his body, the joints of his body separated by 6 inches. They began to chant Harinam Sankirtan, and gradually his body came to normal situation. So we get some glimpse of the feeling, the intensity of feeling of Radha Baba. Radha Baba Suvalitam Nomi Krishna Sarupam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna Sarup. He's the Supreme Personality of Godhead, tasting the ecstasy of Srimati Radharani. Radha Baba. Jyoti, the Baba, and Jyoti. Jyoti means the effulgence, the beauty of Srimati Radharani. Gauranga. How did Shyam Sundar become Gauranga? How did Shyam become Gaura? Radha Baba, by the touch of Srimati Radharani. So these are all very instructive leelas. There's an ocean of beauty and things to understand and apply in our own life, diving into the ocean of Gaur Katha. So we talked about Shiva's Pandit today, Devananda Pandit, Vasudev, and Gambhira. Anyone has any questions? And Lochandas Thakur's song. Beautiful song.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Wonderful nectarian instructions. Yeah, Kurma, Vasudeva Vipra meeting, Kurma Brahman's house. Lord, come back again.
Kurma Brahmans does, yes. Thank you. That's Vasudeva went there. The Kurma. That's also a nice story. Famous
Yes.
story. The Mahaprabhu was staying there, and he became Kurma Brahman became so attached to Mahaprabhu that when Mahaprabhu was ready to leave, he was ready to die in separation from Mahaprabhu. He said, "You have to take me with you. Take me with you." Mahaprabhu said, "No, you're Grihastha. You have family to take care of. You have obligations. You can't go with me. I'm a sannyasi. You're a Grihastha." He said, "But if you do one thing, Yari deke tare kaha Krishna upadesh, that if you preach the message of Krishna to wherever you go and to whomever you meet, that will never be separated." So this is very instructive instruction for all grihastas, because every day we're meeting people. So we should carry books with us. We should carry this desire in our heart to distribute the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in whatever way the person can digest. For some people, that means just talking about vegetarianism, little reincarnation. I'm from India. It's a very nice place. Whatever they're able to understand. Because especially those of you that are fortunate to be born in India, Westerners will expect that you know something about spiritual life. Because India is what? It's the most spiritual country. It's the capital of spiritualism in the whole world. Not Vatican. Not Tibet, Buddhism, Christianity. India is the spiritual cultural capital of the world. And you can exploit that benefit in your life by teaching people this wonderful Bharatiya Sanskriti, this beautiful Vedic culture that we've been blessed to come in touch with. So whomever you meet, wherever you go, give them Krishna Upadesh, and you'll always be associated with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Kurma Brahman, yes, Vasudeva went to Kurma Brahman's house, but Mahaprabhu was gone. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Any other?
Yeah, you can speak some more on the Gambhira last 12 years pastimes.
From Gambhira, that's the one that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Can you share one, Prabhu? I can't think of any other pastime at Gambhira. His shoes are there. Mahaprabhu's shoes are still at Gambhira, closely guarded by the Ramanandis. We can talk, because right close, just towards the seashore from there, by Swargadwara, is Haridas Thakur's Samadhi. That's a nice story. Haridas Thakur was such beloved associate of the Lord, and he prayed that let me leave this world with my eyes like bumblebees fixed on your beautiful lotus face. So Mahaprabhu would go every day to see Haridas Thakur, which is, by social standards, a Brahmin sannyasi going to see Mlecha. Mahaprabhu didn't care. He's my beloved devotee. So he would go every day. One day he came to see Haridas Thakur, Mahaprabhu, and Haridas Thakur is lying on his back chanting very slowly. He said, Haridas, how are you? He said, oh, I am very good, but I can't finish my rounds. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada talks about the importance of finishing our japa. Because of all instructions of the spiritual master, his instruction to finish or to chant a scheduled number for ISKCON devotees means 16 rounds. To chant our japa. So Prabhupada in the purport talks about the importance of chanting japa because of all instructions of the spiritual master, the instruction to chant 16 rounds minimum is topmost. If we can't do anything else, at least we should chant our japa. So Haridas Thakur was lying chanting very slowly, and he said, I am in a disease condition because I can't finish my rounds. So Mahaprabhu said, you don't have to finish. You're a liberated soul. We should never come to that. When I've become so advanced in Krishna consciousness, I don't need to chant. Or some devotees, under the influence of the modes of material nature, just in Maya, they say, oh, I'm always chanting. I don't chant on my beads. I'm always chanting. What do you mean you're always chanting? I'm chanting in my mind. Do you eat lunch in your mind also? Do you pay your bills in your mind? Do you sleep in your mind? Do you maintain your body in your mind? No, you have to do it physically. What is this? I'm always chanting in my mind. Okay, that's also good, but that's not the prescription of our guru. Srila Prabhupada says 16 rounds on Japamala, or if you use a clicker, no problem. To count. Sankhya Purvaka Nama Gananati Kala Basani Kurto. This is 6 Goswamis. Nidrahara Vihara Kari Nichito Chatanta Dino Chayo. They're absorbed in chanting scheduled number of rounds. Every day, the Goswamis are chanting every day, scheduled number of rounds, scheduled number of obeisances, scheduled number of parikramas. Like Raghunath Das's vow was like lines written in stone. So we should have that determination also. That whatever else comes in my life, let me finish my rounds. Because this is the foundation of our spiritual life. Not this bogus idea, I'm always chanting. This garbage idea. So Haridas Thakur was chanting very slowly. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. He put his foot on Haridas Thakur's chest, and Haridas Thakur left this world with his eyes fixed on the beautiful lotus face of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, chanting Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, and he left this world. Mahaprabhu picked up his body and danced in kirtan, and with his own hand dug samadhi grave for Haridas Thakur. And they wrapped his body in cloth that was worn by Jagannath. They buried Mahaprasadam, flower garlands, nirmalya, in the grave of Haridas Thakur. So that place is right nearby, near Swargadwara, on the beach. And anyone who takes bath there is a sacred place. Mahaprabhu declared anyone who takes bath there is liberated soul. Because of the influence of Haridas Thakur, who's Namacharya Haridas. So many nice leelas with Lord and his devotees also. How much can you say in an hour? Anything else, Prabhus, Matajis?
Prabhu, I have an off-topic question, Prabhu. So,
Okay, any question is good.
Prabhu, during Srila Prabhupada's times, did we sell book by book Bhagavatam, or did we sell only full sets? Is it okay to break Bhagavatam sets or Chaitanya Charitamrita sets? Because, people have Bhagavad Gita or Krishna book or Nectar of Devotion, and then, that's like, let's say, $20 or $30. And then the next one is like $250 for the full Bhagavatam set, or $300. So there's a lot of gap in the whole market, and everybody practically has a Bhagavad Gita, especially the Indian community. Whomever you ask in New Jersey, they already say, oh, I have Bhagavad Gita, and it is actually true. We have been pushing whatever we can do. So is it okay to break up Bhagavatam sets? And what is the general idea there, Prabhu?
If I was a salesperson, if I was selling, I wouldn't break a set. Because then, let's say some volumes are not readily available. Some of the 8th canto volumes are not available in the original set. Then you're stuck with, what do you do the rest of them? You have to find someone that needs that volume. You understand what I'm saying? It's just
Yeah,
good salesmanship. It's not wrong. There's nothing. Every page of Bhagavatam is sacred. What to speak of every volume? But if then you're stuck with an incomplete set, and you have to find the person who needs the volumes that you have because you sold the other ones to somebody else. It's just a common sense thing. What are you going to do with some odd numbered Bhagavatams? They should sell them as a set.
Prabhu, honestly, people don't know anything about whether it's 8th canto or 7th canto. You give them Bhagavatam, they say, oh, it's Bhagavad Gita. I mean, honestly, it doesn't really matter whether it's 8 or 9 in the sense that you can just give, hey, please take this book and give us some money. It'll go up that way, Prabhuji. It's not like people are
Well,
looking, I want 8th canto or so.
okay. Well, the other principle is that the instruction of our Acharya is to read Bhagavatam from the beginning and go through progressively. So for example, the first book I got was a two Bhagavatam, scheduled incarnations. I thought, what is this? What in the heck is this? I didn't understand a word. If I'd received first canto, I would have been much better off. First canto is likened to the lotus feet of the Lord. When we go to the temple, we see his feet and gradually work to his beautiful, smiling face. So Bhagavatam, first canto is the lotus feet of the Lord. His smiling face is 10th canto. His all these. The point is we should study Bhagavatam progressively from the first and all the way to the 12th canto. This is the system. So we should give them that opportunity. And Bhagavad Gita, actually, funny thing in Delhi last year, for the month of December, Delhi NCR distributed 1 million Bhagavad Gitas. Pretty amazing. 1 million Bhagavad Gitas in 1 month in Delhi NCR. And people say, "Oh, I have that." They say the same thing. "I have that." They say, "Oh, no, no, no. This is the volume. This is the Bhagavad Gita that was banned in Russia. It's a special book." So devotees are a little clever to distribute Bhagavad Gita. But this is what we do. This is what Prabhupada did. We distribute the books. So they get any volume, they're fortunate. But by distributing the entire set, you're distributing more books. Here in Mayapur, they distribute bundles, like a Bhagavad Gita, Nectar Devotion. I don't know what all goes. Some small books, Bhagavad Gita. So that's what I can say. Try to sell the whole set.
So you're saying it is not a sin to break books?
No, it's not a sin. It may not be good sales practice, but it's not a sin. It's not, and it's also not as beneficial for the recipient because we should study Bhagavatam from the beginning. Not jump ahead to 10th canto, jump to 8th canto, 9th canto. Oh, I like Rama. Let's read 9th canto. Okay, that's good from one point of view, but what are you going to do with the rest of your Bhagavatams? Better we try and sell them as a set. That's just my opinion, Prabhu.
And Prabhu, during Prabhupada's times, somebody was telling me yesterday that they got 6th canto published before 5th canto and 4th cantos, and then they started selling 6th canto. Is that true, Prabhuji? Would you know?
Yes. As Prabhupada was translating, and they're transcribing Prabhupada's translation. It goes to the printer, and they have to add photos. The painters are painting photos to go with the book. They're producing books, one after another. So it was a huge festival. Oh, 3-4 Bhagavatam. Have you seen it? Oh, it's so nice. 3-4. It's a festival when a new book comes out. But they only came out. We didn't have a set. It was a joyous event when another volume of Bhagavatam came out. So they came out sequentially. Again, they came out sequentially. Prabhupada came to America, first 3 cantos. First canto. Then he produced second canto, third canto, fourth canto, fifth canto came out. One after another, they were produced.
Prabhu, one more thing, Prabhu. Like people say, hey, we don't need books. Everything is available on the phone, online. How do you respond to that?
It's good if you actually use your phone for reading books, but in my experience, most devotees are very distracted by their mobile phone. They, in the name of reading books, they're reading WhatsApp, they're reading YouTube, they're reading all the chitter chatter, whatever, all these different social media. If they'd spent as much time on social media, on Prabhupada's books as they do on social media, they'd be great devotees and happy in spiritual life. I like books. I have everything on my computer. When I'm traveling, everything's available. But I like books. I like to hold the book, see the book. It's a deity. Books are deities.
Thank you.
I hope that is helpful to you, Sudhakar Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Our Prem Kishore Prabhu posted in the chat one question.
Okay.
Gray line of attachment between the family and the Supreme Lord.
We should be attached to our family. Why did he get married? To be detached? Detachment is a result of our attachment to Krishna, and it's a gradual process. You know, when a husband and wife first get married, oh, I'm in love with you, you love me, you love blah blah blah. Dil til pagal, hey, you're in heaven. Okay, that doesn't last. You should come to a higher stage where you see your wife, see your husband as a devotee. You should come to a higher stage still where you see that their soul, their Krishna's beloved devotee, should serve each other. My esteemed godbrother, Sri Srimad Gaur Govinda Maharaj, would tell his Grihastha disciples, you offer obeisances to each other. Respect each other as devotees. That may not be the initial emotional experience of married life, but to try and come from black to white immediately, from attachment to detachment immediately, is not possible for most people. So the institution of marriage is there. Be attached, because better to be attached to one woman or one man than to many. This is chastity. And in the context of that chastity, make progress, further progress, to being more attached to Krishna. We're not interested in detachment. That comes automatically as we become attached to Krishna. As we make progress in spiritual life, our material attachments fade, and the real attachment that satisfies the heart manifests as our attachment to Krishna. And then husband and wife are blissful together because they're free from sex desire. You've conquered sex desire in due course of time. That's not going to happen on your suhag, your wedding night. That's not going to happen. Okay, that's one of the reasons people get married. No problem. But make progress. Come to a higher stage. And the sooner the better. So devotees should learn to be patient with themselves and with each other. Not be judgmental. Oh, they're so attached. They're lovey-dovey. Okay, let them be. Better they're lovey-dovey with each other than someone else. A third person enters and the whole thing fragments. The whole thing's finished. Be attached. Be attached with Krishna as a center. Every man who has a Vaishnavi wife should be very, very grateful to the Lord. And every woman who has a Vaishnava husband should be very, very grateful to the Lord. And be happy together. We don't discourage marriage. Most people get married. But we should understand what is the goal. People people say, oh, andakupam, married life is griham andakupam. It's a deep, dark well. That women are like fire and men are like butter. And you're going to melt, Prabhu. You're going to suffer. Grihastha life is what you make it. See, because from ghee and fire, butter and fire, something very wonderful comes, and that's ghee. With ghee, we perform sacrifice. With ghee, we prepare very delicious food to offer the Lord for His satisfaction. So many wonderful things come by the combination of man and woman. Children, amazing Vaishnava children. Such amazing kids are coming to our movement. So many wonderful things come from a combination of man and woman in Krishna consciousness. But it takes time to become detached. So Don't try to be a yogi overnight. You'll be frustrated. Don't try and be a sannyasi. Don't think your wife is not your sannyas servant. And you're not a you're grihasta. Care for your wife. Take care of her. Respect her. And same for husband. A wife should take care of her husband. It's great. Pati vrata. To care for your husband, to love him, to be grateful. He's maintaining you. He's taking care of you. I mean, grihasta life can be heaven or hell, depending on what you make it. Depending on how much you understand the scientific process of grihasta ashram. But that's a big conversation. But those things you can keep in mind.
Wonderful. Anybody else has questions? Looks like that's about it. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for always your enlightening
Okay, thank you
classes,
all.
enlightening
Okay.
instructions.
Koti Koti Dandavat Pranam. Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai
jai. Hare Krishna Mahaprabhu ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Okay, thank you very much for joining. So please join today evening Amarendra Prabhu's class 4 to 6, 6:30 to 7:30 at temple. Tulsi Arati Prabhupada Arati will not have it because of the class timing. So see you all in the evening. So very important to come together and hear. So this is the whole science of Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada talks about to attain, go back, come back to God. This is the first step. Hearing, submissive hearing to be there. So let us all try to do that. So that will please Sri Prabhupada. So Prabhupada expected everybody to be there for a Bhagavatam class. So that is his expectation, evening Sunday fish class. So let us follow Sri Prabhupada. Thank you very much. Prabhupada ki jai. April, March 25th, 26th, Thursday is Ram Navami. Let us gear for that. Sitaram Lakshmanan ki jai. Okay, those are the quick announcements. March 14th is Ekadasi. 28th is also Ekadasi, Saturdays. Both are Saturdays. So keep that in mind. Thank you. Hare Krishna. I'll conclude.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.